Leo, what's up? What's happening? Welcome to Violet Eyez Tarot. All right, let's take a look what's going on with Leo. Leo. Oh, my God, the devil. The tower. Okay, Leo. So, all right. So this obviously has to do with some type of agreement, some type of commitment that you got yourself into, some type of bind. I don't necessarily feel like it's love for everybody here. It could be some type of something like an addiction, a contract, a money ordeal that it's like, okay, got myself into that, and where you're at now is where you're trying to make it look like that's not what you really got yourself into. It's basically like trying to put glitter on a turd, and if you keep going that way, trying to cover the turd with glitter, eventually you're gonna have to burn that turd up. So something needs to be completely demolished, tore down, and built back up. Built from the ground back up. So whether you have to, like let's say you're leasing an apartment and it's just things are not well. Like there are things that you're not okay with, and you could always tell your landlord, well, you know what? Instead of like being passive aggressive and pretending that everything's okay, or passive aggressive and getting back at your landlord with random stupid petty things, you could say, all right, well, what if we tear our old contract down and write a new one? And then you could, instead of being petty behind their back, you could say something like, hey, I know it's going to be difficult for you to find a new tenant. You already know what you don't like about me, what you do like about me. And let me, what would make me happy is if we rewrite the contract to where this and this and this is included, or this is like negotiation, basically the art of negotiation. I feel is what's being asked of you here. For some of you, this will have to do with marriage, where it's like, you're just going to have that difficult conversation of, hey, I know this is not what we talked about when we were dating before getting married, but things have changed, you have changed, I have changed, circumstances have changed. How about we sit down and you don't have to get divorced and remarried. That's ridiculous, but you know what I mean? Like, you just kind of reassess or outline the parameters or the expectations of the marriage, especially now that you've been together for some time. That should be fairly easy to do now that you can see what your partner truly is capable of, what expectations perhaps you have on them that should be really your own responsibility of acquiring. So so I feel like, yeah, in the past there are a lot of things that you weren't sure what you guys were getting yourself into, and the good news is that it's become a prison for the two of you. It's become a trap for both of you. So if we go back to the landlord scenario, your landlord's not happy either, and that is a good thing. Both of you not being happy is a good thing, because now it's both of you against this prison, right? And now it's the two of you against this issue, trying to resolve it. And it is going to take, a king will think, a king will strategize, assuming that in this scenario, the general became the king. And you always want to use money and value. So recognizing the other person's value and stating your value that you add, why they are benefiting off of you as well, and thus adding your self-value. So it's like you're playing clear out loud. You're talking about this. What does Leo need to know? playing clear. You're talking about this, and you're just gonna have to overlook. You're gonna have to be real sure of yourself and your value that you add to this relationship, to this marriage, to this contract, to this lease, the value that you add as a tenant, and also the value that they get from you. So this is gonna be a back and forth communication. And what's the energy of the person they're dealing with? So they're somebody, just as I suspected, there's somebody that still needs other people to add value to them, and that's gonna give you the upper hand, Leo, when it comes to you basically convincing them or making yourself likable to them, because you're gonna be able to shine light on their good qualities, and they're gonna love you for that. But you don't want to become an ass kisser either, and where this is gonna be a weak point is that they're not gonna be able to handle it so much when you tell them what's wrong, and when they might not understand what they need to level up, what they need, or how they should be appreciating of the value you bring. So basically you're dealing with a person that is not so sure in their value. They're kind of shaky, kind of flimsy, and you're gonna have to operate like a surgeon without becoming an ass kisser, is what I'm seeing here. And it's gonna take a lot of vulnerability on both parts. But basically I'm seeing you, Leo, as having to be the bigger person. So if you want both of you to get your value and your worth out of this, you're gonna have to become very diplomatic. I hope you're dealing with like at least maybe a Libra who could is not a natural born diplomat. But if not, I would advise you looking into Libra energy to benefit you. All right, good luck, Leo. Peace.